So, last month, the new Disney Plus original film, Flora and Ulysses, obviously hit Disney Plus. I had a chance to watch it a couple days ago, and right now I'm going to tell you what I think. Here's my thoughts. So, Flora and Ulysses is a new Disney Plus film. It stars Ben Schwartz as the dad and a bunch of other actors and actresses. And the movie is about just this girl, and she meets a squirrel who she learns has superpowers. And it's just this heartwarming story about them getting back into a good family after their family is broken, and because the squirrel is healing their family, and it's just an emotional, heartwarming story. Obviously, Disney Plus. Disney Plus, I think, with their original films, hasn't had the greatest track record. Movies like Artemis Fowl, The One and Only Ivan, they were really, really bad, in my opinion. Now, Artemis Fowl, I enjoyed it, but I think it was still a bad movie, and One and Only Ivan kind of reminds me of this film, but I can't really compare right now. And then there's films like Phineas and Ferb, Candace Against the Universe, which is such a delight and so fun, and I really love it. So, yeah, so Disney Plus doesn't really have the greatest track record. But the internet was going wild about this movie, saying in Sean Chandler's videos, you should check this one out. And then my friend Brandon watched it, and he said it was really good, so I had to check it out. But before I give you my thoughts, make sure to hit the subscribe button, hit the bell, hit the like button, and comment down below. Did you think Flora and Ulysses was great, or were you a bit disappointed? And with that said, I was very disappointed. I did not like this film very much at all. I'd compare it to One and Only Ivan, even though I know this film is better than One and Only Ivan, because this film actually has positives besides the, 5 minutes of emotions in the end. But what I mean by that is the whole film is kind of like this movie, except it's done in a better way and not just so scrambled out and everything. But this film was very, just this fun movie until the end where you get emotions, and then it turns into the fun movie. And where it's a fun movie, I think this is where it really drags. I was really expecting it to be like this really great film, and it really disappointed. So, the funness, it was enjoyable. I had quite a few laughs. I was laughing, but that's not really what I came here for. And let's stop at the laughs. When they laughed, it was belly laughs. Like, my brother was in the other room, and he had to come in there, and he's like, what are you watching? Because I was dying. Very, very funny movie. And the cast. Cast makes these jokes, and Ben Schwartz, obviously, is such a delight. Who knew Sonic the frickin' Hedgehog was in this movie himself? He did great. I knew I recognized him, and I was like, oh, I finally, look, it's Ben Schwartz. He's awesome. And it was really awesome to see him on the screen for the first time. And then, without this fun stuff, we got a lot of clever Marvel references. There's a lot of really, 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 really clever Marvel references. I'm like, oh, that's such a good reference. They're all very good references. I'm not going to spoil any of the references, because if you want to go see this movie, but the references are very good. But the big thing here was the 5 minutes of emotions in the end. I really liked the five minutes of emotions. I was crying inside, I have to say, because these characters are so relatable, and they're just this family, and they're really relatable. So when you get to the emotions, it is really good. But what I was saying is this film really drags when it's trying to be fun. You get the occasional joke, but the main story is a girl with a squirrel has superpowers bringing this family together, and it's really, kind of mixed. The squirrel does a lot of weird things. It's a lot of weird things with the squirrel with superpowers, and then you get the end. It kind of, takes notes from superhero movies, adds it in the family genre, and it just doesn't work. There's this villain, there's this guy hunting the squirrel because he's Animal Park, and he takes a gun and pew pew pew, and he's this kind of mustache twirling villain they portray him as, and as a villain, it's kind of paced that way, and there's some Superman references in it too, so it kind of reminds me of Superman, and none of it really works. It's kind of really boring. I really have to say, I was bored throughout 70% of the film. Now, obviously, I watched this one by myself. If I probably watched it with a friend, I would have had better time. But I watched it by myself. So it had to be a teeny weeny bit disappointing. And not just a teeny weeny bit, a lot disappointing. I was not a fan of this movie. It really, really dragged. Now, the cast did a good job. I laughed. And it's kind of weird when the positives take up most of the video, but there were a few positives, but nothing really compared to the first two acts. I felt bored, and then the ending was just really disappointing as they go to try to rescue the squirrel. It's just like not really worth it for just the 5 minutes of great emotions and the occasional belly laugh. It's not really worth it to watch, and I felt personally very disappointed by the film. I'm gonna have to give it a B minus, a 6 out of 10, and 2 stars. Unfortunately, currently, right now, it's at last on my ranking, and I certainly don't think it'll be last on my ranking. It certainly doesn't deserve to be last. Granted, it's just a B minus movie. It certainly doesn't deserve to be anywhere close to first either, and I think it'll be probably in bottom 10 of the year. Even though I didn't hate it, I had fun with it, but I think it'll at least, at least, maybe one of them, I think it'll either be like 9th or 10th worst from the year, and that is really, really disappointing. So anyways, that was my review for Flora and Ulysses. Make sure to subscribe, hit the like button, hit the bell, and comment down below. What did you think of it? I am going to review soon. I watched Yesterday last night. Stay tuned for that review. Go check out my Letterboxd ranking if you want to know where all these stand in my ranking. But I watched Yesterday, so that'll be a review soon. Officially got tickets to go see Raya and the Last Dragon this Tuesday. Very, very hyped for that one. That was one of my most anticipated films of the year. And then what else is coming up? Gotta rank WandaVision. That's something as well. And then, obviously, we'll just see what films I watch in the future. I'm very excited. But anyways, make sure to subscribe, hit the like button, hit the bell, and comment down below what did you think of Flora and Ulysses. And this has been a Zachary Movie Chat production. And as always, make sure to subscribe to join the Nerd Army. Peace out.